Hello and welcome to this resource video from the Indiana Arts Commission about registering with the System for Award Management, or SAM.gov. We do recommend when you register to use a desktop or a laptop computer as opposed to a mobile. Collect all the materials ahead of time and take a deep breath. We know these things can be frustrating, but you've got this. I'm going to take a look at the help section at SAM.gov. The things that are needed for your entity registration and some suggestions for completing it. So as far as the help section goes, you'll notice I have asked active registration. So I'm going to visit SAM.gov in a new internet browser. And before I start on anything else, I'm actually going to visit search records, which I can do down here or at the top, because I want to make sure that my organization doesn't already have one, or if it's inactive. In our case, you'll notice that we do have an active one. Our DUNS number is available here, as well as my cage code when it expires. And we're going to pretend for our sake, though, that we don't have one. So the SAM Assistant is at the top of each page. It has an overview, which is helpful, as well as a link directly to the Federal Service Desk. If you go directly to the help link, they have different links of user guides. So for example, I'm going to scroll down to the quick guide for grant registrations. And when I open it, I'm going to hold down the control button on my keyboard so that when I click on it, it'll open in a separate tab. I'm going to do the same on the full user guide. And you'll notice that the quick start guide is one concise page, whereas the full user guide is 205 pages. So super extensive, helpful information. I also wanted to point out the demonstration videos link. And again, for our grantees, I'm going to scroll down to the grants other federal assistant link, which is going to open up the SAM.gov YouTube page. I'll pause that so it doesn't talk to us. And the other thing I wanted to point out is when you actually go to register, you will have to do a login account, and you can link to that same thing up here with the login.gov FAQs. As far as what's needed, you will need the legal business name and address that is on your W-2, because that's what the government knows you as. You need your DUNS number and cage code, and there's a handy link directly to DUNS information so that you can search, take a look, see if you do in fact have one. As far as the cage code goes, that is assigned to you when you register with SAM.gov. So if when you search the records, your organization didn't have one, don't worry, it'll be assigned to you. You will need your tax identification number. And if you by chance have misplaced it, I recommend just doing a Google search for 10 lookup, something of that nature. I'm going to skip these ads and visit the IRS link. And I even like this lost or misplaced one. So it'll give me information for how I can find it. I can even go to the nonprofit link, and there's even a search. So you can confirm what that number is. You will need EFT or bank information in case you do direct business with the feds, the federal government. And I do recommend make any changes ahead of time so that you can do the registration in one go if possible. For other suggestions, again, do it all ahead of time so that you can just sit and work through it. Do have the user guides open. And I did want to point out that with the lengthy one, table of contents is actually clickable. So if I click to, managing your roles, which you'll notice is on page 16, then if instead of scrolling back up, I can click Control and the Home key, and it'll take me right back up to the top. And then the final thing is that with the demonstration video, I recommend having it open in a separate tab so that you can size it and have it be playing and pausable when you're actually registering. So that way I can now see the how-tos and registration. Let us know if you have any questions, but good luck.